What is the past? What is history? As far as I'm concerned, history is his story. It is a story that is written by the winners. And of course, those who win wars never write themselves as the bad guy. And they are basically free to write whatever story they want to because their enemies have been defeated. So what really is our past? Where do we come from? Because they give us this story of evolution, right? And they say that we're at the epitome, we're the smartest ever, we're the best that humans have ever been. And I would say, really? Take a look around. We're actually not doing that well. I mean, we're in such a place that we're still arguing over what to eat as a, as a race of beings. So I don't think we're at the epitome. And they love us to believe that we started off, as stone men back in the Stone Age, and we slowly built up technology until today we have, electricity and all this closed circuit electrical technology. But is that the true story? Because when you look into the past, you start to see something that is very, very different than what we've been told. What we do see in the past is an advanced civilization, a civilization that could build buildings better than we can build today. Amazing buildings that not only are geometrically perfect, have perfect symmetry, but are covered in ornate and amazing facades and artwork. And they also seem to be free energy devices or harmonic resonators, machines that were pumping out frequency. And frequency seems to be the theme of the old world. It seems to be what that world was created on. And of course, we all know we are all frequency as well. So when you go out into your local town or city and look around, you will see these buildings that I'm talking about, these big, oversized buildings. They have columns on them. They have big arched doors or oversized doors, often domes on the top, spires coming off them. So they're the buildings that are the post offices, the government houses, the White House, the Vatican, all these government buildings. They all are old world buildings and they cannot recreate them today. They love to tell us that we built all these buildings, especially I'm from Australia, in countries like Australia and the USA. These buildings all had to have been built in, the last 500 years, but for Australia, the last 200 years. And really, with unskilled labourers, with convicts. And this is what we see constantly, is these amazing buildings and really towns and cities constructed. And we might be given a name, of an architect or of a designer, or they just say this person built this building, but we never can find the construction companies. We can't find the plans for these buildings, the building plans, the quarries, all these things that were needed, glass manufacturers, iron manufacturers, transport systems. They don't exist. These buildings just seem to have popped up. In reality, they seem to have been there when the conquerors came in, when the English and the Dutch and all these Spanish and all these other cultures came in and took over new lands like Australia, like the Americas. They found these buildings. That's why they always tell us they were founded. They weren't founded, they were found. Found dead, found abandoned. And they were found by, people like the Freemasons who like their free masonry, their free buildings. And of course, they take them all over and claim them as their own. And when they take them, that includes everything in them, all the inventory, right? They get stored away in their collections. And we know they all have these massive art collections and book collections, jewelry collections. This is all stolen from the old world. And of course, all these books, tell us of the old world and how things work, but we're not allowed to see them. It's very hard to get any of these books. The jewelry, with all the jewelry and all the metals and gems that they're made out of, this was a kind of technology, an earth energy tech. These metals bring in different frequencies that help us heal, that keep us in a good harmonic resonance, in harmony. we see all the crowns, all the necklaces, the jewelry that hangs across, things like the heart chakra, the throat chakra, the anklets and bracelets made of copper and gold. This is not just for show. This was all technology and it's all dealing with frequency again. And of course, they put all of these things out of reach, right? Now jewelry is so expensive and all the things to make it, all the crystals and gemstones are so expensive that most people couldn't get it even if they knew what it was. But of course, they've programmed us so we don't even know that this is technology that these people were wearing, because we've been taught that technology, is a little circuit board, right? It's got to be plastic and have its contained circuitry. But in the old world, we were part of the circuitry. There was an old world grid that joined everything together, all the old world cities and the buildings, the star forts, which we'll talk about. And basically, it was a harmonic, joined up, earth-based grid. And that got taken down and destroyed systematically and replaced with this new electric grid that we've been given, and all this digital technology, which we all know has just been created so that they can program us more, give us more radiation. Okay, so this old world was good for us. It put us in harmony, but it wasn't good for those who wish to control us, because in a society like that of abundance and health and harmony, how are you going to control anyone? Everyone already has what they need. Everyone is already happy. And imagine how fast a society like this would move when we're all free to create as we should be, and to build new things and to move forward without restriction, without being constantly censored. And people with new inventions, they don't get them to market. They're either bought from them, or these people are unalived, shall we say. And of course, as I mentioned before, they take all the tech, everything that's inside of these buildings, those who wish to control us, they have taken it all, and we know it's all hidden away in vaults and warehouses where we don't get access to it. And what they are inventories. Now, when we get new technology, it's called an invention. So do inventions just come from the inventory? Okay, this is stuff that we've already got, that those who have stolen everything are basically profiting off. It's our, as in the human races. It's our technology that we invented and built, or our ancestors, and it's been stolen and kept from us. And of course, they alter it so that it goes against us. It's no longer for us, but it becomes a weapon, and then they re-release it, as an invention.
Remember, in the end, nobody wins unless everybody wins. Come on!